Hi, my name is Jeff Williams, and I've had the opportunity to use the Road Trip Nation curriculum with our Gateway to College students for the last couple of quarters here at Spokane Falls Community College. I wanted to share a little bit about the experience with you and mostly hear from some of the students and hear what they had to say about their experience. Road Trip Nation has been a great opportunity for these students because it isn't just about learning about careers. I think more importantly, it's about learning about themselves, and it has been really fun to go with these students on a journey of self-discovery as they have learned about themselves and how that might affect their choices for the future and what type of career they want to pursue. First of all, I asked them to just tell us a little bit about their experience with Road Trip Nation.
It was actually a really good experience for me. It just really reassures on what I wanted to do with my planning with my career. So it was good reinsurance.
What do you want to do?
I wanted to go into pharmacy, so it just really helped it. So.
Okay, cool. Pretty much the same for me. I wanted to be an artist, and financial security issues from what I lived through came up, and I really realized that I was letting that decide my fate, and the course really showed me that. So it was a good experience. Now I feel a lot more happier that I'm going to keep pursuing what I want to do. It's showing me all the great people that did just do it instead of letting all the noise, as they call it, suppress you.
Well, it wasn't quite what I expected. It kind of just came out and encouraged the entire class to explore what we really knew about ourselves, and I think that relates to self-reflection, which is very, very important to evaluating your progress in any area of life.
Well, I think Road Trip Nation altogether was a great experience for me because it allowed me to explore and discover new stuff about me that I didn't know, and I probably wouldn't have known if I never would have tried it.
I also asked the students to tell us what they have learned about themselves by going through the Road Trip Nation experience.
Just the curriculum really helped me decide what I want to do. So
It gave me more confidence to decide that was to put a name to it, I guess. Giving you the resources and the outlets to be able to prove to yourself that you're worth it and that you can do whatever you want to do.
I learned that I mostly spent a lot of time living for yesterday instead of today. I always second guess myself all the time, so I had to learn and turn it around, actually live in the moment, and it actually feels pretty good to actually live in the moment and to be able to smile instead of stressing out over the past.
And I wanted to know what were some of their favorite parts of the Road Trip Nation.
my favorite part was where you had to try something new, get out of your barrier, and it's actually a really fun experience for me, getting me out of my comfort zone. And that was the most fun because it really helped me see that other people's perspective on how they see things, so really opened my eyes.
Okay.
I just hung out with different types of people that I usually wouldn't, so it really, I was always one-sided about certain people, and that would be, judgmental, bias, but, from getting out of my comfort zone, it really helped me see that, we're all the same, so.
My favorite thing was probably going to have to be the creative aspect of it, where it really got everybody creating, whether they were good at it or not. That just because I'm really art. But other than that, personally, my favorite thing doing was probably the interview, because I feel like I'm a good people person, but not in those kinds of situations. More calm and hanging out with my friends and meeting new people through that outlet. So, I don't know. I didn't do very well, but I think that was good for me to see that, I have rooms to improve and see where I can improve in it.
Definitely the manifesto, mainly because it just gave us an opportunity to create what we envisioned ourselves being one day, or who we really feel we're meant to be, and I like to have that real goal to work toward. I really liked learning and listening to the leaders and discovering more people, discovering that the people that are successful aren't that different from everybody else. It's just they didn't give up. They figured out themselves, their passions, and went for it, and they weren't afraid. And I think that's why people respect success so much, is because it takes a fearlessness that many don't risk.
Like, definitely the manifesto, like, seriously, I learned so much, like, just doing the manifesto, and I'm still working on mine, which will be amazing, just saying. And then I really like the leaders, the advice they gave us, and the fact that it always kept me, like, thinking and wondering and wanting to learn more, and, like, trying to figure out, like, everything that I could, and it helped a lot, just watching the videos and hearing them talk about their stories, and it was inspiring.
I also wanted to hear from them if they would recommend this to other students, and if they would, then why?
Yeah, I would recommend it. It's really basically just learning experience, honestly. You really do get to see other sides. You know, you open your eyes from other perspectives, so it's really good. It's a good learning experience.
Absolutely. The Road Trip Nation experience, the project, just learning about, brings up so many elements that are essential to, for me, being happy. Because I don't like feeling like I'm moving around in the dark, like I can't see where I'm going, and just revisiting what your passions are and what drives you kind of flips the light back on in the room, and it really gets deep down into who you really are. It just keeps going back to that, for me, the self-reflection, and I think that it's important for everyone to learn that.
It's a chance to actually be a part of something bigger than yourself, to learn something you never probably knew, or you've always been second guessing about, and it's a great experience to just be a part of it. It feels great in the end, when you reach the end of the road and you know what you want to do and you figured everything out. It's because you've gone through that road trip and it's led you to something wonderful, and it feels good.
Ultimately, the Road Trip Nation experience is one that should lead to change for these students, a change in the way they view themselves, a change in the way they view the world around them. So I asked these students, how have you changed as a result of going through this curriculum?
I know myself more, definitely. I'm more open to doing something like the Road Trip Nation, actually getting out there and meeting people, and I was a little more introverted a few months ago, but I'm coming more out of my shell now, and I think that I can attribute that partially to the Road Trip Nation.
I've changed because I've become more confident than I was before. I've always been the person to be in self-doubt, or always say I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that, and now I'm saying I can and I want to, and I think that's a huge difference for me. I'm actually I don't know how to say it, I'm being a part of something bigger than myself. I get to communicate with a whole bunch of amazing people every single day, and I like it because if I wasn't in the Road Trip Nation, I probably wouldn't have done it before.
It has helped me feel the right decision is right, so it's not really changed. It's getting concrete support from my path.
Lastly, I wanted to know if these students would change anything about the Road Trip Nation experience and the curriculum that we used in going through this process.
So just, definitely getting the word out, making more people, indulge in its philosophy. The better you know yourself, I feel that the better you can operate in your daily life.
Like Chris said, they should really expand it more, because I didn't even know what it was until I got here, and I feel we should spread the word so everybody could be a part of it, and everybody, like, even the people who like already in careers and careers that they don't love, they have a chance to rediscover themselves and, you know, change and, you know, actually follow their passions and stuff, you know.
Overall, I think the Road Trip Nation experience was great for our students. For a lot of them, it affirmed things that they already knew that they wanted to pursue. For others, it helped them to explore areas that they had not even considered before. Maybe they thought that they were too hard or too impractical or something like that, but through the process of going through Road Trip Nation, they realized that these are really core interests in their life, and they have gained the confidence to pursue these as they move forward in college.